time as any. And guess what? It is the 10th anniversary of the JoLo show. And we're here. We're here on the 10th anniversary of the JoLo show.
We made it, bro. We made it.
We are trying something that we have never done before, which is we're trying a Google Hangout call-in session via Twitter, via Facebook, with brand members, basically anybody. We got the gates open tonight. Now, I'm not in my usual home base. I am actually at the Heinz Convention Center in Boston, Massachusetts, getting ready for a big convention over the next couple of days, Anime Boston. It's going to be a great time. So I'm not in my home base. It's a little bit weird. It was a little bit weird to get the show set up. But
bro, who is, let me ask you this, JoLo, did I just lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Let me ask you this, JoLo. Who are the big hitters appearing at the convention?
The big hitters at the convention this year are a Japanese singer named Lisa, and we have a bunch of voice actors from different cartoon shows. Every year we have someone new.
But you don't have any old school actors or anything what you know I like?
Not what you like, Vince. This is not your kind of show. Trust me, not your kind of show.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
We've already got 2 people in the Hangout with us right now.
Let's see what's on their mind, man.
Yeah, people in the Hangout, for those of you who just joined us, looks like it's Larry and Jake. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Google Hangout, live recording of the JoLo show. I'm going to let you guys know that we have your mics muted right now just to prevent a little confusion. But if you guys would like to speak or ask a question, I have the chat open on the right side of the Hangout, so go ahead and open the Hangout chat. Go ahead and type, say hi, raise your hand, and I'll be able to unmute your mic at that point to bring you into the conversation. And that'll just save a little bit of confusion. So if we do get more people in the call, it stays a little bit quieter. But Larry, Jake, thank you guys. It's wonderful to have you guys here. And like we said, it's a first-time experiment on the JoLo show. I was going to be gone all weekend. We didn't even have questions prepared, but we want to hear from you guys. So, Larry, you were the first person in the room. So, if you would be interested in asking a question directly to Vince or myself, remember the JoLo show's theme is not wrestling related. So, if it happened this week on the network, we're probably not going to talk about it. Maybe. I mean, we did have the Raw after Mania. It'd be hard not to talk about that a little bit. But thank you guys. And Jake, same to you. If you'd like to jump in here, hey, nice to see you. If you want to jump in here and say something, just go ahead and type in the chat that you'd like to ask a question. We'll fold you right in, guys. It's going to be a very relaxed show, but thanks for listening. So, Vince, how was? Let's start with a bit of a lowball question while we let Larry and Jake work up some thoughts for us and maybe try to get some more people into the show too. Oh, Larry and Jake, that's your homework, which begins right now. You guys have got to try to get some people to join the show. Post this on Facebook, send it out. We'd really appreciate it, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, Vince, how was your post-Mania week? You got back. We'll get this out of the way at the beginning, as usual. You got back from, was it San Jose, right?
San Jose, yeah.
San Jose, California. Now, were you physically at WrestleMania?
No. I literally watched WrestleMania. I got Justin LeBar's WWE code. I don't want to get Justin in any kind of trouble, but he did give me the code illegally. I got Justin's code, and I watched WrestleMania from my hotel room.
Nice, dude. All right. Well, that's not a bad way to enjoy WrestleMania. We have a third viewer now. Mark has joined us. Mark, welcome. Thanks for coming into the chat. Looks like it's actually working, Vince. We got a couple people coming in.
Let me ask you this now. Do they really need to put the question up and everything like that, or would you assume if they're coming in they have a question and you could just click on them?
Well, that's a good question. Honestly, guys, I haven't really run a call-in show before, and I'm more than willing to just kind of throw you guys into the fire if you want to just jump in and say hi. I just got to, I want to make sure folks have got microphones, but I'm saying if I'm putting them on the spot, I want to make sure, that kind of stuff is all taken care of. But, folks, if you've got a mic and you want to say something, like I said, just a hand raise or something to let me know. I'll try to keep my eyes on the bottom of the page. I really will, but I might not see everybody. So just be sure to let me know, folks, if I can help you out in that regard, okay? Mark, we hear you moving around over there. Hope everything's all right. But the first 2 people in the chat were Larry and Jake. So, Larry, Jake, if you guys have got anything that you'd like to throw our way, just go ahead and unmute your mic and say hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, is that Larry?
Yeah.
Hey, Larry. Nice to meet you. How are you today?
Great.
Hey, welcome to the JoLo show.
Glad to be here.
So Larry, have you seen the JoLo show before?
I have not.
Oh, all right. Well, welcome. This is our 10th episode of the JoLo show. You've got 9 more to watch now. This is a interview-style show where I, Joe LaCastro, interview and have a chat with my buddy Vince Russo, but we don't talk about wrestling stuff. Our main thing here is just to sort of talk about topics of the week, foods that we like, music, games, basically anything that comes to mind as a way to decompress from the wrestling world a little bit. So this is that time. So, Larry, if you've got any question for us, or you just want to pose a thought to the room, the floor is yours.
Mr. Russo, how's it going?
All right, Larry, how are you?
Not too bad. Glad I got to meet you over at Rookies back in San Jose.
Oh, you were over there? There you go. Okay, he just pulled you up. Yeah, okay. Did you have a good time over there?
Yeah, I made the trip over there partially just to meet you, and I was glad to get you to sign my book. I just got your autograph. That made me feel real good.
Oh, no problem, bro. I appreciate you coming out. I had a really good time this weekend hanging out with you and the rest of that bunch. Just a lot of really good guys, bro, that, they're wrestling fans, understand wrestling, but are also very respectful if we all don't have the same opinions, and I really, really appreciate that because I always say no two people are going to have the same opinions.
Right, and, it had been about 7 years since I last saw you for the TNA show in Vegas. So I was at the Monte Carlo, you were nice to me in the lobby, and I made sure never to forget that.
Well, Vince is the nicest guy in the world, Larry. You've got to realize that now. It's very, very, very true. Well, Larry, stick around, Larry. If you've got any questions or anything, just feel free to throw them out there. But I do want to go around and maybe see who's joined the call now. See if we can get a little introduction from some of our callers in. So, guys, I'm gonna pick on you a little bit. Yep, I see you, Jake.
Go to Jake, because he's been in here the longest. He's got his paw raised. He's got something he wants to say. Let's go to Jake.
All right, Jake, hit it.
JoLo, do you want me to take over this show? You look like you're flustered with the callers, bro.
I'm not flustered at all. I'm just trying to figure out what order I'm supposed to do.
You look very, very nervous, bro. You want me to just take this thing over? Just give me the Iggy. You know what the Iggy is, bro? The Iggy's this. Just give me the Iggy. I'll take the thing over. Look, here's my boy Blake. Look, bring Blake up. Look, see? I know these people, bro. These are my people.
This whole thing would burn to the ground, Vince. This whole thing would burn to the ground.
Fed, bro. Who knows what he's doing? Let Jake ask the question. Jake's been the first one in here. He's got a question. Go ahead, Jake.
Hello, guys. How you doing? I'm Jake from the UK.
Nice.
Jake, is the fat man over there, or are you there by yourself?
Jake is a fat man.
I get the reference and watch the show, man.
It's an old like American cop TV show, Jake. Like. Don't even. I can't even compare it to a UK TV show. I don't know of one.
Heard that.
What's on your mind, Jake?
So my question is to anyone really. It's just like with the direction that mainstream cinema seems to be going with CGI and things like that. I just wondered, do you think that's taking the art of storytelling out of movies?
That's a great question, man. Vince,
why don't you answer this, JoLo? It's your show. I could chime in when you're done.
All right. Now, Jake, I've made movies that have been. I make short films typically, but I've made a lot of CG heavy movies, and I've made a lot of live action heavy movies. And I can tell you that no matter how good CG looks, it will never look as good as real life. It'll only ever look worse or better. And that better is so jarring and weird looking that, to me, no CG will ever replace traditional photography. If you go back and watch Blade Runner or Star Wars or Star Trek, almost all of those ships were physical models that they were filming on sets, and nothing comes close. Not any vista from the new Star Wars movie, any view, nothing matches the flyover of the city in Blade Runner at the very beginning. And it's because they're shooting with film, because they're shooting with models, they get the atmospheric effects right. Nothing can recreate it. Now,
maybe that's a good reason as to why the original Star Wars films, have a better impact than the prequel trilogy.
And they were filmed so well. Those were filmed in the late 70s, and they look like they were filmed in the mid 80s. If you go back and look at Star Trek 66, the original series, the footage of that show holds up over time. That's why it's so popular. Yeah. Even though it's cheesy, it holds up. Vince, do you like a lot of computer graphics in your movies? A lot of flash?
No, listen, I'm an old school guy. Listen, give me good acting, give me good dialogue, give me good characters, give me good scenes. I want De Niro, I want Pacino. That's what I want. I don't want Woody and Buzz. I want real actors, real people, real dialogue.
Well, yeah, that was the answer I kind of expected from you, Vince.
I want to talk about now this little gimmick you got through your eye over here. How much did that hurt?
It didn't hurt, man, not at all.
Were you loaded, bro? Before you went in here, you get a little loaded?
Age, so...
Now, do you still live at home, Jake?
I do, yeah. I shouldn't. I'm 25 years old.
You're 25 years old. You look like a young buck.
I'm a student.
Oh, all right. Good on you.
What are you going to school for, Jake?
I'm headed into university to study film, basically. I want to be a writer.
Good man.
Oh, you want to be a writer, huh?
Nice.
I follow you on Twitter, Vince, specifically, because mainly my main interest is writing for wrestling, because a lot of people, I'm a big wrestling fan, and over the past few years, I've noticed that a lot of fans would rather just go on the internet and complain instead of actually looking at wrestling as if, well, there's obviously a problem with the storytelling in this art, and I want to do something about it. So I follow you as a way to look at somebody who's in a position where I want to be, and just follow you like a sheep, I guess.
It's good,
well,
man. It's good.
Jake, the best advice I could give you, bro, and listen, Jake, I'm 30 years older than you, and I still live by this rule of thumb. The best advice I could possibly give to you or anybody who wants to be a writer is, Jake, you just got to write every single day, because that's how you get good, bro. And listen, there's a lot of days I don't feel like writing. I'm not sitting here. Writing's hard, bro, and sometimes you just don't feel like doing it. But even if you force yourself to write like a paragraph a day, every single day, write, because nothing's going to get you more prepared and make you give you more experience than that.
Now, Jake, do you go to indie shows in your area?
I'm right in the middle of the UK where there is no viable professional wrestling shows. What I get is dirt sheets, and I just...
Yeah.
The closest thing to I've got is probably Norwich, where Paige, WWE Paige...
Yeah, no, that's where the family's from, Norwich. I know that well because, I had them on the show.
They're probably the closest to... The British wrestling circuit. It's kind of dead. British wrestling is no longer what it used to be when all these guys like Rodable Rocco and Big Giant Haystacks, that they weren't around. They're like, British wrestling is a poor man's American wrestling, I feel, these days. It's all, I'm going to come after your belt and I'm going to whoop your ass. It doesn't mean anything. That's what Americans want. They want that kind of trash TV.
Jake, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, man, sure, go ahead.
When's the last time you cleaned your closet, bro? You're a 25-year-old man. Your parents are nice enough to let you live in the house. You can't even keep the closet clean over there, bro.
That is a burn.
I got another question. Listen, I'm looking at this panel over here at the bottom. I see my boy Blake there. I see him, but on the other side of the screen, I'm seeing this Mark character. I don't know. This guy looks like he's either laying down, sleeping, or dead. One of the three. Mark, can you say something so we know you're okay, please?
Yeah, speak up, Mark.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I never did this thing before.
Oh, all right. Well,
okay, Mark, let me get this straight. So you're nervous, so you're going to take a nap while you're talking to me.
You got to be comfortable, Vince.
I can't believe I'm talking to you, man. I mean, I don't know why people give you so much slack. I mean, I think you're a genius in the wrestling business.
Mark, listen to me. Who else, 10 o'clock at night my time, is going to be here on the phone with Jake and Mark and Blake and all these people? Who else is going to do this, bro?
Not many people would pull that off, Mark, is basically what he's trying to get you to say. And then
Yeah, Mark, do you have a question, Mark?
Yeah, fire away, dude.
Yeah, how come you're not writing any wrestling anymore? I mean, that's the question.
You know what, Mark, I'll be honest with you, bro. It's kind of a case with me, man, bro. I've been there and done that. I worked for 3 different companies. The older you get, the less and less you really want to deal with the politics. I mean, it's okay when you're younger. But the older and older you get, you just, you want to be happy, you want to enjoy life, you want to enjoy what you're doing. So I don't want to get myself back in an environment like that, to be honest with you.
Why do people give you so much hate for?
I'll tell you, Mark. I think the answer to that, to be honest with you, is nobody ever spoke about me or ever said a word about me until I became a character on TV at WCW. Once they saw my character, this brash, arrogant New Yorker, and it was just a character, that's not who I am, I think a lot of people believe that that's who I was, and that's what they bought into. And, ever from that day on, when they saw the face and they saw the New York attitude, then they kind of went too far with that and made a lot of things personal when it was ridiculous. This guy blowing smoke in my face with the red beard is scaring the crap out of me right now.
We're gonna get there.
All I could think about is Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro with this guy over here. Listen, I tell you right now, he's from the UK. There's no question about it. Where are you from, sir?
I am from Houston, Texas. It's Big Tim Thrarin on Twitter.
Big Tim.
Yeah.
Big Tim, I got to ask you this question, Big Tim. Now, listen, I love the gimmick, bro. Listen, a guy that comes on here looking like you blowing a cigar, it doesn't get any better than that. Looks like you may be missing a tooth or two. I think that adds to the character. But, Tim, I got to ask you, what kind of a job are you able to hold down with that red beard, bro?
I like it. I like the red beard.
Stay-at-home father.
Hey, good man.
Hey, bro, that's the best job in the world. How many kids you got?
Three kids.
Yeah.
How old are they?
16, 14, and the little one's going to be 11 at the end of next month.
Man, you got your hands full.
Does the 16-year-old have a red beard yet?
No. He's still working on the fuzz on the upper lip.
There you go. I like the look, bro. You know me, man. Anything that's unique and different, I pop for all the time.
Now, Vince, can you believe this? I used to have the sides of my heads completely shaved, and I had a mohawk out to here that was the color of Tim's hair.
No way, bro. How old were you?
I did. That was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I'll send you pictures of it.
I'd love to see that.
Maybe, Brand, I'll wake up one day and just take the Tim look. Just go out and get a box of red and go back to the red mohawk. That'll really surprise people.
Now, Tim, do you have a question?
I do. Have you talked about Brock and the suspension very much yet?
As far as what?
It being fake?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but as far as the idea that since he's suspended, instead of being away from TV, he should be on TV every Monday causing complete havoc.
What, Tim, that's a very good question because I agree with you 1,000%. But, Tim, here's the thing, bro. This is why I get so, and everybody on here, I think there's about 5 or 6 people on here now. If Mark is still up, you might have fell asleep by now. This is why I get upset. Let me explain to you the difference between Vince Russo writing and the current staff that they have now.
Hey, Vince, 1 second quickly, please. Hey, guys, I'm going to have to start muting microphones since there's so many people in the call, just so you guys know, because you're getting a lot of audio feedback. So if you guys have headphones, try to wear them. And if you don't, just try to have your audio turned down a little bit. Because I will have to start muting it a little bit. And I don't want to do it because we're having a great conversation, very respectful.
There is a lot of feedback.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to limit as much as I can.
All right, Tim, let me answer your question anyway. This is the problem I have with WWE writers, that they just don't understand, okay? If I'm there on Monday night and I'm writing that storyline with Brock Lesnar, and if you guys saw my writing throughout the years at the WWE, that storyline with Brock would have went for the entire show. That would have been the hook for the 3 hours, so the audience wouldn't have left. Why on earth would you have Brock leave the building and not be on the show anymore with 2 hours to go? It absolutely doesn't make any sense. What they should have done is they could have did the whole thing with Stephanie firing him in the whole 9 yards. First of all, bro, the place I always start is let's start with reality. Brock wouldn't have left the freaking arena. Brock would have went looking for Seth Rollins. That's what he would have done. You could have carried that story out for the entire duration of the show. That's how you hook the audience. That's how you build the audience. Brock could have been destroying people backstage, and then you figure out a way to tie him into the end of the show. It's easy. It's a no-brainer. But when you tell people, okay, the show is from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, Brock Lesnar is not going to be on this show anymore, you're going to lose viewers, and it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I get so frustrated with the way they write the show today.
Hey, Vince.
Yeah.
We were there. I mean, we were there live and in person, and the first hour of the show was phenomenal. And there was a drastic drop-off after that. And
Blake, listen, it doesn't make any sense, and you don't need somebody like Vince Russo to tell you that. I mean, Jake wants to be a writer. Any writer would tell you, okay, if we're going to tell the Brock story, let's stretch it out over 3 hours. Let him go look for Rollins. Let him track him down in the parking lot. Whatever you got to do. But he should have been on the entire show. Those are the things that, like, I watch the WWE and I just get so disgusted because it's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. The first hour of Raw was the best hour of the entire, probably last year, and the last 2 hours were the average crap that they've been putting out for months.
Yeah. And it didn't have to be that way, bro. I mean, it didn't have to be that way. And that's, like I said, Blake, that's when I look at the product and I'm like, I don't get it, man.
Now, that was, thank you, Blake. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Jake. You guys, this has been a fantastic success so far, and we're going to keep it going.
Bro, who's this girl on there, man?
I don't know, but she's sitting very still, Vince. I think you're so handsome that you've frozen her in place with your good looks. She's
mesmerized.
Yeah, I think everybody's mesmerized.
I hope Mark doesn't look at this girl while he's laying down, if you know what I mean. Anyway, anybody else in the room?
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, I got to ask you a personal question. Is it okay in front of everybody?
Yeah, no problem.
Would you consider this a bad hair day?
Yeah, I've had a hat on most of the day, so I didn't really anticipate jumping on this until I saw it on Twitter.
Blake, the only reason I ask is because I just met you in person. We spent a lot of time together, and I want to vouch that Blake is a very handsome man, everybody.
Okay.
Hey, Blake, I got to ask you a question. What are those two plaques behind you?
One of them is a Dirk Nowitzki NBA champion MVP plaque, and the other one is for Vince Young, who used to play at the University of Texas when they won a national title a few years ago.
What happened to him, Blake? He fell off the face of the earth, no?
He was a great college player and just didn't have it between the ears when it came to getting to the NFL.
What is he doing now?
From what I know, he works in the University of Texas athletic department.
Wow. Well, that's probably a good job for him.
Yeah.
So Vince, you've got the very first person who was actually in the room, Larry, would like to ask a question now. And guys, thank you for your questions. Try to keep them as non-wrestling related as you can. Remember, this is still the JoLo show. We might break it off and have to do a whole separate call-in show for wrestling stuff at some point.
And we will, guys. As soon as we start up on the RELM network, which I'm hoping is in a couple of weeks, there's going to be so much brand participation. It's not even going to be funny. You guys are definitely going to be a big part of the show. That's something we never did before, and I told RELM, it's a big part of what I want to do now. So there's going to be a lot of one-on-one like this.
So, Larry, what have you got for us?
Mr. Russo, my question to you is, what is your most prized possession of the San Francisco Giants, memorabilia-wise?
Oh, you want me to show you?
Oh, yeah. Vince loves his show and tell. You should know that by now. You ask him to show you something that he's got in that room, he's going to go find it. It's good stuff.
Larry, you got to understand, bro. I'm very good friends with the director of ticket operations at AT&T Park. I've known him for about 25 years, right? Bro, every Christmas in the mail, I get this huge care package that he just fills with so many gimmicks every other year. This is my prized possession. Can you guys see
Whoa.
this? This is an official bottle. When the Giants won the World Series in 2010, this was one of the bottles, and it's full. This is a full bottle that he took from the celebration and he sent to me.
No, man.
So obviously, I mean, if you don't have a connection on the inside, you could have never got anything like this.
Yeah,
So
dude.
this is a pretty big deal to me.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank you.
great
Good
win.
question, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, thanks. Thanks.
Hey,
so
Larry,
much.
do you not have a camera on your computer?
I do, but it's not working.
I would love to see what you look like. It's been a long time since I saw you with Mo and Curly.
Yeah,
This guy.
very current reference, Vince. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're hitting all the current cutting edge stuff.
Thank you.
Was that a JBL line?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bro, dump that. Dump. Whoever said that, dump him, bro.
Dump them. I'll get the flush sound effect. Flush them right down the drain. So I just want to point out a couple other people that came into the chat, Vince, since we've been talking. Dave Lillahay is in the,
Hey,
is in the
where's
chat.
Dave? Bring Dave up.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Dave. Dave is a black screen right now. Apparently, it's
Dave, where's your camera, man?
Everybody's sleeping, so I gotta keep it low.
Oh, I understand. I understand. It's all
Oh,
good.
man.
Well, hey, Dave, how are you tonight?
Great. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing super good, man. We're having a lot of fun. I'm at a convention doing a show, and Vince is in Colorado, you know, sitting on his butt doing his thing.
That's what his wife keeps saying, right?
But no, we're doing really good, dude. And just for anybody who hasn't heard the JoLo show yet knows, Dave is old school JoLo show. Even though the show's only been going on, this is our 10th episode. Dave has been asking questions for almost every show since the beginning. It's been really, really great. So thank you for coming on the show and lending your voice to the show for the first time, Dave. Great to hear you.
It's an honor to be on the show, man, and it's great that you guys are doing this stuff. So.
Hey, Dave, what time is it by you?
Yeah,
I'm the same time as you, so we're Eastern Standard. No, wait, you're Pacific.
I'm Eastern time.
I'm
Yeah,
mounted,
I'm
bro. It's only 9:20 by me. What's it, 11:20 by you?
Yep.
That's why everybody's in bed.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, that's why
Hey, Dave, we actually have a guy on our one of our call-ins who's in bed right now. His name is Mark.
Yeah, I see.
we have two guys. Blake is laying down in bed too. He's gonna pass out any second.
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Well,
Listen, bro, I gotta know if this girl is really the girl, bro, or is somebody ribbing me over here.
I think that's a guy's name on there, so I don't think so.
yeah,
Son of a
that's,
gun.
Just tricking you, man.
That's probably his mom, you know, to be honest.
Oh my gosh.
Man, baby.
So, Dave, since you're an old school fan of the show, you've got to have a JoLo show question you want to throw our way. Maybe? Yes, no? Now I'm putting you on the spot here, Dave.
Oh.
You want to cook one up? Maybe we'll see if anybody else has one.
Gosh, yeah, come back to me. I'll be next.
Alrighty. Hey, girl who's sitting very still, do you have any questions for us? Can't tell if you can speak yet. You don't look like you're breathing. I'm probably going to call 911 for wherever you are. I don't know. I don't think she's buying it, Vince.
No,
I was
that's
gonna try
all
to get. She's the only pretty thing we have in this whole room. It's a sausage party.
There's a couple other people on there that haven't asked questions yet, though.
That's true. Hey, who hasn't asked a question yet?
Who's Frankie? What about Frankie?
Frankie, we see you sitting there. You're listening in. Frankie, turn on that microphone and say hello. Let's see. Hey, Frankie. Hey, how are you?
It's got some delay.
Just a bit. How are you doing today, Frankie? Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, doing all right, dude. Thanks for listening to the show. We really appreciate it. Do you happen to first of all, is this your first time seeing the JoLo show?
Yes.
Okay. Well, since this is we've had two people. Well, this is their first JoLo show, guys. I got to tell you, we've got 9 episodes of this stacked up on YouTube that are so enjoyable.
Are you sure it's 9?
Shut up! Don't give me that. Now we have 9 episodes. It'll be 10 tomorrow, but I'm sure it's 9 this time. Darn it! This is the 10th episode special, and that's why we had to make it a little special. You should have seen us trying to get this show started for 45 minutes. It was JoLo, my camera, bro. My camera's not working, bro.
Hey, Frankie. Frankie, are you awake, Frankie?
A little bit.
Frankie, let me ask you a question. If you look to your left, who are those 2 pictures of on the wall?
See Eminem.
Is that Eminem? Who's the other one?
This G-Unit with 50 Cent.
Nice.
Oh, so you're a big
Old
rap
school.
guy, huh, Frankie?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Tupac.
Tupac, huh? Bro, I'm not big into the rap music. I'm more into Jerry Vale. You know who Jerry Vale is, Frankie?
Oh my goodness.
No.
You know who Mel Torme is? The Golden Fog? Frankie, you don't know.
This is your homework, Frankie. You're
You
gonna
guys want to
Google
hear a cool
Mel
story?
Torme.
You guys want to hear a cool story while I have you here?
Yeah.
This is a true story, bro. I'll never forget this. And I got to ask you this because I forget, but somebody here will know. What's Kid Rock's real name?
Oh, I don't know.
Bob Ritchie.
Nice.
What is it?
Tim.
Tim,
Bob
what is it,
Ritchie.
Tim?
Bob
Who?
Ritchie.
Bob Ritchie, that's it, Tim. Tim, this is a true story, I swear to God. This is back, bro, in like 94 or 95. We were playing, at an arena. It was a Monday Night Raw. I don't remember where it was. But, bro, I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was just hanging out in the back, doing my thing, whatever, and Road Dogg comes over to me. Vince, I want you to meet my friend Bob. We were definitely in Detroit. I want you to meet my friend Bob. And it was Kid Rock before he ever made it. So he literally was going by the name Bob, his real name. But I swear to God, bro, this guy at that time, he looked like he was a hobo who came straight off the street. The first thing I did was I put out my right hand to shake it. I put my left hand on my wallet on my backside. But it's an absolute true story. It's before he made it. Road Dogg was friends with this guy, and next thing I know, I'm seeing Kid Rock on TV, and I'm like, holy crap, that's Bob. Do you like Bob?
Bob's all right. He might not have been after your wallet that day, but he was definitely after your money eventually.
And guess what? Guess what, bro? He got it too, didn't he?
Yeah. I remember a story from back in the day when Carson Daly had a show on MTV, and he said, let's call Kid Rock. I got Kid Rock's cell phone number. So he calls up Kid Rock on this show. Rock answers the phone, Rock. And Carson's like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm at the bowling alley with the guys from ZZ Top. I kind of want that life. I want to be able to go bowling with the guys from ZZ Top.
Just like on a whim too. Like, yeah,
Right.
they called me up and we're hitting the lanes, man.
Hey, Tim,
Exactly.
what's the pig gimmick name on your shirt?
Oh, he's a musician from the UK. He's been around for years and years now.
Nice.
What is he? A rock and roller, a heavy metaler? What is he?
Industrial, so like a little bit of both, in between, kind of with some noise sounds in there.
Are we talking like more KMFDM side of industrial?
Yes, because he's been guest vocalist on some KMFDM stuff too.
Okay. Excellent. I was thinking like, like there's the Bauhaus side of things.
Right,
And there's
right.
like the KMFDM side of things. So
I'm thinking more Sammy Davis Jr.
Vince, I gotta start
no,
buying
Sammy
you some
Davis
music.
wouldn't eat pig. He was Jewish. He converted.
Vince, I gotta buy you some new albums, man. That's the only solution here, because Frankie has got some great posters up on his wall. Tim is referencing some great bands that we can all get behind here. You're making fun of my Velvet Fog love, so I think it's time for you to get some new music in your life. What do you guys think?
You should get listen to some Johnny Cash, man.
Oh yeah, I
There
think
you
Vince,
go. Look
Vince
at
likes
that young
Cash.
Jake, 25 years old, a Johnny Cash mark. You got to respect that, bro.
I've got a tattoo of him on my leg.
What was that? What was that, Jake?
I've got a tattoo of him on my leg.
You got a tattoo, yeah?
Oh, nice.
I got three. I got Captain America, Slash from Guns N' Roses, and
Bro, listen, show us the Johnny Cash tattoo. Come on, bro. This is the JoLo show,
Get your
man.
leg on the show somehow. So
This
good luck
is the
with that.
JoLo show, man.
No nudity though. No
You
nudity.
showed,
No nudity.
you showed us the messy closet, no problem. Oh, that is freaking awesome.
Whoa.
Nice.
Look
Okay,
at
that's
that,
an awesome
man. That's
tattoo, man.
respect. Bro, hey, pan down again, bro. I want to see something else.
Socks.
Not your Johnson.
Socks.
Bro, are you wearing Captain America socks?
yes, mate, I am.
What are you? I thought you were 25. What are you, 11, bro?
Vince.
So,
Bro, what's your hat? Turn the hat around. What's the symbol on the hat?
turning my hat around because she's gonna take the mic.
Now he knows your game, Vince. Now he knows how you play.
I'm good with Iron Man, bro. I got no issues with Iron Man, bro.
He's Captain America, apparently.
Iron Man is the best.
Yeah, I'm not a big Captain America guy, bro. I mean, the guy carries a shield. I mean, come on, you know. I mean, Iron Man I could dig.
Have you ever read a comic book, Vince?
Have you ever read a comic book?
Have I ever read a comic book?
Yeah,
I have not read. I'll be honest with you, bro. Oh, he's showing us his comic book stash now.
Yes, I have. Mate. I would show you my girlfriend, but I don't have one.
You can curl up with your comic books, buddy.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. I'm repping my UK love today. I've got my OSW shirt on, of course. Though that's my dream, is to meet those three guys. They're so brilliant.
You need to aim bigger.
I do. I want to meet Grado, and
Yes.
Vince has already done that.
Fair play, Grado is free.
Bro,
Vince, when you going back?
Jake, I got a match against Grado in May.
Vince is going back, yeah, right.
1-on-1.
I was gonna go to the last IPW UK, but apparently you no-showed, so I was like, yeah, I'm not.
No, I didn't know, Joe. They knew, but I'm definitely coming in May, and I got a 1-on-1 with Grado.
You gonna borrow Sting's bat?
Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, Dave suggests that you bring Sting's bat.
I won't need my bat with Grado. I just need to bring him a bag of chips.
Now,
Skittles.
I've been trying to give Vince the Grado promo survival guide. Now he's got to say it's your cell, but he's got to make fun of it somehow, and you've got to say Madonna sucks. Those are all you got to do. Make fun of his catchphrase. Make fun of Madonna.
What's the catchphrase against
The
JoLo?
catchphrase is it's confusing. It's the most UK thing you could possibly say, and it's your cell. YERSEL.
It's like Scottish for, hey, how you doing?
Hey, it's your cell.
Is that what it is, Jake?
That, It's like Scottish for, like, it's like a common courtesy to say to people when you see them in the street, like, oh, it's yourself. It's you know, like.
It's basically like saying, oh look, it's you.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, oh look, there you are. I ain't seen you in a while.
Oh, it's yourself.
I still can't believe, because I met Grado, so I got to know the guy a little bit. I cannot believe that TNA did not let that guy win British Boot Camp. That was the stupidest decision. They brought in a guy that's identical to Spud, so it actually takes away from Spud. That made no sense whatsoever. You guys agree or disagree?
I agree.
I disagree.
Who disagrees?
I disagree.
Jake does.
I think it's good that they didn't let him win, because why would you want to take that away from ICW?
That's true. That's true.
ICW are currently built on the foundation of ICW. Oh yeah, that's that thing that Grado works for, and
that's what I think. That's the first thing I think of when I think of ICW. Oh snap!
America anytime soon.
Pay the power bills.
It's good for.
I don't pay these power bills.
Over to Scotland, because they get more tickets sold because of Grado, and it's good for Grado and ICW because they get some more mainstream attention through TNA. But having him on a regular basis, I think it makes Grado look really bad in comparison to the rest of the TNA roster.
How so? As a worker?
Yeah, as a worker, because Grado's a great entertainer, but from bell to bell, he can't work. He's a sack of spuds. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He's so entertaining.
Bro, I don't disagree. I don't think Grado would disagree with you. But that's his gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But American audiences want spots. They don't just want.
They don't know. They don't want spots from everybody, bro. It's
That's
okay
true.
to have a gimmick and a character in there.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And Jake, I kind of disagree with you here too. I think that Grado could have brought a little kernel of something to TNA that maybe it needed but didn't deserve at that time, and maybe that's what was going on.
But would that have appealed to the masses?
It appealed to me, bro. And look, I'm a guy from New York. I fell in love with the guy.
I think Grado could get over in North America very easily, as is. He's British humor. But he's not too much that it's a turnoff for people. Like, we like to be amused in very simple ways. Everybody does. And Grado hits the simple amusement button over and over and over again so perfectly.
But isn't it a very similar gimmick to, say, like Western Roads or the Blue Meanie?
Yeah. Or Blue Pants if you're watching NXT. Just like she's just got one good thing going for you. But Grado's built an empire off of his character, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like TNA. I mean, going back to the original question, was like him not winning British Boot Camp a mistake? I definitely think that was a mistake because who was it who won? I can't remember the guy's name.
Exactly, bro. You'd remember Grado's name, wouldn't you?
I don't remember either.
It gives that guy who can probably work. I didn't really watch it. I don't watch a lot of TNA. I don't think it's that good. I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, but bro, you gotta be careful, Jake. Let me tell you something based on experience, okay? You gotta be careful protecting your guys and protecting your roster. The guy that won the boot camp, bro, he's so close to Spud. And you know, his Spud is unbelievable. The guy's a great talent. He could work. He could perform. He's unbelievable. In my opinion, they should have protected him more. They shouldn't have brought in a guy that was anywhere close to what he was. To me, that's protecting the talent. Listen, when Stone Cold was on top, when The Rock was on top, WWE now, Bray Wyatt. Vince McMahon isn't going to bring in somebody that even reminds you of those characters. That's what I didn't like about it, So I hear what you're saying, Jake, and I agree, but I don't like the fact that it took away from Spud.
I don't watch enough TNA to know a ton of the characters that are going on now, but I watch it maybe once a month. I'll watch an episode of TNA. Spud has got to be one of the best things they got going at that company in terms of character and like reasons to want to watch segments. If Spud's in a segment, I'll probably want to see it.
Bro, you want to hear the funniest thing with Spud? I got to meet the guy one time when I was consulting for TNA, and me and John Gaborik were going out to see the new Planet of the Apes movie, and I told John, I've got to meet Spud. You've got to invite him out to come see the movie with us, right? So the JoLo, the three of us go to see the movie. Bro, here's the best thing in the world. I swear to you, bro. This made me love the guy 10 times over. First of all, bro, in person, he's freaking tiny, bro. He's tiny. He could have been one of the Munchkins, and I'm not kidding. But, bro, here's the thing that I loved. He wears a shirt that's about 2 sizes too small. Okay, so, bro, he looks like the Incredible Hulk in this shirt, and this guy literally is probably 5'4", and, bro, he was walking around the whole night with this tight shirt and his chest puffed out, walking around. Bro, I thought it was the greatest thing I ever saw. But he is a phenomenal talent. When we start the new show on RELM, I'm definitely bringing him on the show. We've already spoke. He's going to come on the show, but he's a great talent.
Nice. So that was a great digression, Jake. Thank you so much for taking us down that walk a little bit through TNA territory. But we're gonna keep the wheels rolling, folks. I think we've gotten to pretty much everybody except for the man in black there and the petrified woman. So guys, let's see. We're running toward the end of the show here. Got about 10 minutes left at the end of the JoLo show. Does anybody have last-minute questions, thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean,
can I ask a wrestling question then?
Yes, you can. Of course. Right. Since we haven't gotten you officially, Dave, you can ask any kind of question you want.
All right. Vince, I hear so much about Cornette and how much beef he has to you. Do you have any idea why he has this beef with you? Or, like, what does it stem from? Because the guy sure lives his own gimmick. So.
Well, Dave, I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. It's twofold, okay? Where the heat originally started, Dave, is once Vince put me on the creative team was 3 people. It was myself, Jim Cornette, and Vince McMahon. Okay? At that time, Vince and I were really starting to talk about what was going to become the Attitude Era. Jim Cornette was in the room, and he was constantly pitching, Memphis-style wrestling. So literally, the 3 of us met for a little while, and after a very short period of time, Vince removed Jim Cornette from creative, and at that point, it was just myself and Vince McMahon. So right there is where his dislike of me started. But people forget, Dave, and I'll tell you now what the second part of it is. People forget I worked for a very long time with Jim Cornette at TNA. next to him, face to face. There was never an issue. There was never a fight. There was never an argument. He never said anything to me. Once he left TNA and we were no longer around each other, then he started to talk again. And what happened, Dave, to be honest with you, is, bashing Vince Russo and, dragging Vince Russo through the mud, however you want to describe it, it's kind of like become his shtick. It's kind of like if you remember Rodney Dangerfield, I don't get any respect. Like that was his shtick. Jim Cornette's shtick has become to hate Vince Russo. And, he's made money off of it, doing interviews, doing his podcast. He's financially benefited from this. And here's the reason I know this for a fact. If you guys remember, it's almost a year ago, I did Jim Ross's podcast. And I suggested to Jim, bring Jim Cornette on your podcast. Have me on the podcast, Jim Cornette on the podcast. You could be the moderator, whatever you want to do. I said, but let's bury this hatchet once and for all, even though there's no heat on my end. There's never been heat on my end. Let's bury this hatchet once and for all. And, Jim Ross went to Cornette, and Cornette refused to come on the show. So that tells me that, hating Vince Russo is a gimmick, and it's shtick, and it's made him money, and he's going to continue to do this. When I tell you guys, I don't have a bad feeling in my body for Jim Cornette. I really mean that. I don't have any issues with him. It's a one-sided argument, fight, whatever it is. I don't have any disdain towards Jim Cornette at all.
And he was released from TNA, was he not, or did he quit?
He was released.
So everything he's tried to do, and I'm just speculating here, he's been released, and here you've been successful. So is there not a jealousy factor, you think?
Well, I'm sure there is, but you know what it is, Dave? Here's what it is, bro, and it's real simple. Listen, I say this all the time, you guys. The two quickest wits, and when somebody has a quick wit, I really think they're a genius. I think the hardest thing to do is to think on your feet. I really believe that. When you're quick-witted, your brain is working 24/7. Freaking, that's why Robin Williams was a genius.
Yes.
The quickest wit I ever saw. The two quickest wits, I'm telling you, bro, that I've ever worked with in 25 years, Jim Cornette and Dutch Mantell. So Cornette is very, very intelligent. He's a smart guy. The problem, Dave, is he never wanted to evolve. He always wanted to do Memphis wrestling, stuff he grew up on, stuff that happened in the 70s, and he didn't understand, no disrespect, but in 2015, that style of wrestling is not going to work. So the fact that he's been so hard-headed and so stubborn and doesn't want to evolve with the times, that's what's really held him back in the wrestling business, not Vince Russo.
And his temper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could say that.
Hey, Vince, can I get a quick baseball question in?
Absolutely, Blake.
What do you think about Chris Bryant going down to the minors?
Bro, I think it's a ridiculous, stupid rule. You know the rule, Blake? You understand it?
Yeah,
why don't you tell him?
The business side of it that he, just to keep one more year of arbitration.
Yeah, it's something like, bro, he's got to have like 183 days of service. It's some random number that a minor leaguer has to have service with the club. When he has that much service with the club gets another year. So, like, he's 9 days away from getting the service.
Did you see the numbers he put up?
Oh, ridiculous, bro. But you know what the good thing is about it, Blake? The good thing is it's so ridiculous that they're going to change the rule for next year.
Right.
But he'll be up by April 14th.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to bring it to a wrap here. We've been talking for about an hour now here on the 10th episode of the JoLo Show. A little bit of a new format. I just want to get a general consensus. How you guys feel about this format? You guys enjoying this?
Absolutely. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right. Good. It was a little bit, a little bit wilder than we usually do. Usually the questions are in kind of a structured order, but I've had a really good time getting a chance to talk to you guys face to face for the first time and getting a chance to moderate this discussion. So thank you guys for your patience with this process as we try to get things started. We're going to try to start a little bit earlier. Tim is going to be 36 tomorrow. It's almost tomorrow. I got to say happy birthday. Everybody,
nice, bro. Okay, listen, I think everybody in the room should sing to Tim.
Everybody together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
That might be enough.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're going to get the whole hog from us, baby.
Apparently.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
You got about 12 grown men and one petrified woman all singing.
Now, Tim, I'm going to ask you one last question.
What's that?
I want you to move away from that bed because since you take care of the house and the kids, I want to see if the bed is made.
Oh, good Lord, no.
Oh, you see, bro, Tim, come on now, bro.
Points off. My bed is always.
Hey Tim, I got to ask you this too. Even though I know JoLo wants to wrap it up because it's past his bedtime. Do you cook? Tim?
What was that?
Do you cook like and have? What does your wife work?
My girlfriend works, and I do cook. Though we spread it out among the week. Like everybody cooks one night. Everybody in the household.
Even the kids?
Yeah, even the kids. We've got like a nice recipe book of stuff that everybody likes. And it's, plain enough that everybody can do dinner one night a week. So
you're not afraid that your 16-year-old son beard will catch on fire, bro?
Not enough to burn yet, right? Not enough to burn.
Tacos are the easiest thing, and that's what he does every Sunday night is taco night.
So Tim, let me ask you this because this is what I'm getting from this, and if it's the truth, I like it. You got them all working.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, bro. That's the way it should be, bro.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming out for the JoLo Show. Happy birthday, Tim. Thank you to everybody in the chat. It was a pleasure to see you guys. We're going to edit this video. It'll be up sometime next week. I'm downtown Boston for the next couple of days. But thanks again, everyone.
Hey, JoLo, when you edit this show, make sure you edit out Jake's closet. I don't want people to think I'm hanging around with
I can't clean Jake's closet. That's a personal problem. He's going to have to handle it.
I'm over to your place, Vince, if you can clean your room out as well.
Right. He's going to fit
Jake, my room needs cleaning. My wife yells at me every day, bro.
Well, then don't hire Jake. You've seen his closet.
It's filled with wrestling stuff.
And then he'll try to give you a Captain America tattoo at the same time.
Hey, lay off. I'm going to bed. It's nearly 5 a.m.
So, guys, thanks again. This is Joe signing off from the JoLo Show. Everybody have a great night, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.